Okay, it's 6 o'clock, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. For roll call here at headquarters is Eric, for commissioners is Eric, Britton, Steve Rolando, Ike, Deb Lehman. On Zoom, it's Mary, Robert, and Frank. Bill is not able to attend the meeting. He always said he'd attend my Zoom, so we'll see if he can join us. So would everybody stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the States of America,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So we're gonna, instead of going into the minutes, we're going to move to the promotions. Since we have quite a full house this time.
We do have a full. So, now we have.
I just did. I'll put sense.
Yeah, I don't think that's here, but we do have Stephen's up. So. Stephen is promoting his first rank up to engineer. Again, I think that we've discussed a lot about what's all involved in that, and testing and taking classes and getting certifications, and then you get ranked on a list. So I am very happy and proud to say that he's taken his first step in his upward progression for promotion. So I want to say congratulations. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, now, as many of you know, we have been vacant a position in administration for quite a few months now. And I am very happy to say that when we put out the request for people to apply, one of our internal candidates was successful in achieving this position. And this is now Battalion Chief of Training and Operations. So, without get the right badge, so make it downgraded again. Sean Flanagan. So, Sean has now become our Battalion Chief of Training and Operations. As you know, we still have an EFT section now and an operations side. And I'm very excited because I think that Sean's going to bring a lot of energy and to the position. As you know, you try. That's okay. Let me hurry up and get this slide. And Sean will be switching to white shirt every day. Thanks. I'll get away. Congratulations. Okay. Let's see. Any updates?
No, Sam.
Okay. All right. Okay. I want to thank everybody too for coming, because this is a big deal. To have an internal promotion to this position, so I'm very, very happy about that. Okay, moving on.
Thank you, guys.
What are you, I'm gonna take this personal. No. Right?
Thank you.
You all.
Thank you. We need to have an empty room.
Right, it is very nice. You know, it's very nice to have meetings in person and for people to get the proper accolades that they deserve for, you know, it's a huge deal in their careers. At least it is in mine. So, we're in the process of ordering a new vehicle for fire prevention, actually for public education for Steve Manti. So Chief Gilcrease is working on that, as well as acquiring the rest of the hydraulic tools that should outfit almost all of the vehicles, I think with the exception of one. Spartan fire truck will be here tomorrow, going over the specs for the new fire truck, but we really don't have any idea about when the actual delivery could be, based on what's going on in the country right now as far as production and chips and so on and so forth. So it could be another year out. So I mean, that's just the reality.
I'm already moved to the next fiscal year. So
Yes. Yes, yeah, I'm aware. I'm just talking about the reality about when we could actually expect any kind of delivery. Right now, it's a hard time to get parts from Pierce because of the supply chain is just so screwed up, and then finding employees to fill in for that. So you know that it's a real issue. Again, we're just gonna have a hard time trying to keep our existing vehicles on the road. Now, obviously, we're not the only ones in this boat. Everybody's in this boat. So, so that's an issue. We had our quarterly air test done. So we talked a little bit last week in the finance meeting. Deb will go into detail, but talked about the demo of main road properties, and we had an issue that they discovered in their testing that there was some asbestos in the actual house structure, but not in the actual packing shed. So the company that did that testing actually went down today to get us a larger idea of exactly the scope of how much we have. And it's actually in the joint compound that was used in the house. So there's nothing in the tiles, nothing in the roof shingles, nothing where you would actually expect asbestos in the insulation. None of that's there, but it's in the joint compound that was used for the interior structure. So they're going to get us an idea of the scope of that issue so that we can provide it to the three bidders so that they can give us a realistic bid to be fair to them also. And as you know, the removal of that is a little more involved with and it's a third-party inspection and so on and so forth. So we know the price will go up, we just don't have any idea yet what that's going to be. So that's where we are with that. Chief Gilcrease, you have more.
Good evening. So for the month of June 2021, St. John's answered a call for 349 incidents. Johns Island had 198 of those, Kiowa had 76, Seabrook had 35, and Waterlock had 40. And you can see on that monthly comparative analysis, we're after PGA, it's kind of come back down to where that direction it needs to be at, but it's still elevated over last year. So we had a very large amount of EMS calls that last month. So I think that's what put us up there. Anybody have any questions? We're good.
speaking about the PGA, we did receive our reimbursement check actually today. So very happy about that. So, again, I'm very glad the way it went, uneventful for the most part. We're happy about that. Chief Kunitz.
Good evening, everybody.
Happy Monday.
For the month of June, St. John's Fire personnel checked or installed 6 car seats, 46 smoke alarms. And then it was again a busy 4th of July. We had 6 separate fireworks displays throughout the Sea Islands. Most of them went off without all of them went off without any major issues. We always encounter some minor things that we can handle, but for the most part, it was a safe and enjoyable displays for everybody.
Thank you.
I think that's all I have for now as far as be quiet June so far. Yes, I thought again, I said we did have a couple of fatalities, road fatalities, vehicle accidents. Johns Island continues to be one of the most dangerous road systems in the state of South Carolina, if not the country. So eventually, the powers that be are going to have to address some of those issues.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the exact name of it, but it's a group of individuals on Johns Island that formed kind of a committee, I guess, to keep us informed on the roads. And I just got an email, in fact, I'll send it to you, about other suggestions of how to resolve some of the road challenges with both ticket and program.
You might want to backtrack on approval of the minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the minutes from the June 14th. Does anyone have any changes to the minutes? Okay, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Public comments, I don't think we have anyone here from the public. So I'm just gonna move on. So Ramona, the financial report.
Happier Monday.
Happy Monday.
All right, so for June, as you know, this is soft close. We have a lot going on right now. I kind of feel like we're moving between finding it together, but it's all good. So as of our soft close, we have about 11% remaining in our budget. We have a lot of June outstanding activities. As Chief mentioned, we have the PGA check we were expecting, but we got it today. That'll be approved back to fiscal year 21. We have 4 days to approve on the 7/16 paycheck. We have various balance sheet adjustments to include deferred revenue, health insurance adjustments. We have accrued AP that will go for about 60 days, our 60-day window. And then we're still expecting our June collections from Charleston County. And that will also be approved fiscal year 21. So a lot going on, as well as getting the budget up and running and kind of transitioning with closing June out as well as gearing up for the audit. And just as a reminder, the audit is August 9th through the 13th. And I believe you received a commissioner's letter in your packet this time.
Yes. And I need to sign the letter.
Yes, ma'am. To engage your letter. All right, so bank balances as of 6/30, our operating balance is $8,493,000. Eligible, still at roughly $11,000. We earn very little interest on that, so for the most part, this is paying from month to month. The revenues for June, we collected roughly $23,000, and that includes insurance reimbursements, retiree premiums, and miscellaneous reimbursements. We did receive a wire from Charleston County for our May collections, and that was for $102,000. Our expenses to note, year-to-date, overtime non-standard was roughly $389,000. This does include a full accrual for the 7/2 paycheck. Moving on to the capital projects, the 16 and 17 bank balances are at 0. And then our 2018 balance is $852,000. And that 2018 bond, that's important because we have spent more than 85% of what we said we would when we first closed on that bond, so. 2021 balance is 1.9 million. The revenue for capital projects, we did receive a $5,000 check from Kika as a contribution for the asphalt project. And then as far as expenses, we're awaiting pay at 18. I've reached out just as a follow-up to make sure that we get a timely for the last building meeting. The sale will begin by 6:30. It's still not ready, so I'll follow up again this week. And we're gonna anticipate a possible request to reduce retainage on the application. Okay, are there any questions on operating or capital projects before I briefly go over the dashboard? All right, so on the dashboard, the monthly property tax collections, as I said, was roughly $102,000 for May. That increased by $28,000 from last May's collections. Year to date, we have an increase in tax revenue by $584,000, which is awesome. Our year to date operating expenditures as of June with the soft close is at 12.8 million. We have about $10,000 in the outstanding encumbrances. Again, operating cash is roughly 8.5 million. Bond cash with the 18 and the 21 bond, roughly 2.8 million. And then our year-to-date non-standard again is 389,000. Our year-to-date salaries, including regular and standard overtime, is at 6.7 million. Vacation and sick pay is at 614,000, and the staff efficiency for June is 80%. We have no COVID-related personnel expenses for June, which is great. However, year to date, we have about $45,000 worth of personnel expenses for COVID. We have, however, paid roughly $6,000 in COVID vaccine incentives. Our current staffing requirements: 2 engineers, 9 firefighters, and 1 admin staff who started in July. HR updates: 1 new injury, but no time missed, and still 1 employee out since September of 2020. Recruit updates: recruit firefighter interviews were held June 28th and June 29th. Recruit firefighters will start on July 26th, and the training chief position was filled internally again as of July 6th. So that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions?
I have one question. The excess fund balance, you talked about it's a little high. I think we always try to keep that around 3 months average. So when you go through the detailed financial reports, when it says fund summary, it says, I imagine this isn't the excess
No.
fund balance. Okay.
It's not. In the audit book that you receive, and I can provide a copy for you all next month, it shows where our fund balance is now. And once the books are closed, we'll know for sure kind of where we go. I just try to do an estimate based on accruals, some of the balance sheet adjustments. Like we don't have the final reports from Charleston County. That'll determine what we adjust for deferred revenue, based on collection rates and stuff like that. So, but we are going to have a big savings for this year added to, I believe our fund balance is roughly 6.5 million, but it's in our audit financial report.
And what would 3 months average be that we should try to stay on? Is that
About 3 million.
$1 million a month?
Yes. So we definitely have some excess. And then prior to me starting, Charleston County approved for us to use roughly $250,000 that spanned from fall of 2019 to current. And I think we have maybe 22,000 left. But that gets to roll from year to year. So We primarily use that for the burn unit. And we do have an encumbrance for 22 for some training. And so Chief and I will reevaluate that remaining 22,000 to see.
So it sounds like in September, we could have a strategic committee meeting and utilize that information along with the spreadsheet.
Right,
And then we might even have some more solid numbers from Station 6 repairs.
right. As you mentioned, something important at the finance committee meeting, we still have to pay our ban off. And our debt service can't currently handle paying that ban off, so it would be good.
So we want to still do
Yes.
a bond issue, yeah. So I think we can, if we start that in September, is that enough time or no? Should we be contacted?
Because I think the ban has to be paid out by March.
Oh, I thought January, okay,
No, this is March,
Well,
I'm
then-
pretty sure, but I'll verify, but I'm pretty sure it's March of 2022.
okay. So we want to work with our consultants to
Absolutely,
issue that. And that was the plan, to go ahead and
Yes.
do a bond issue.
yes.
So I guess we have to figure out, are we just doing a bond issue for roughly, I think, 2 million, or, where are we at in our strategic,
Yes.
where are we at in excess fund balance, where are we at on the road? So
Yes,
we have a lot of moving parts that I thought no later in September,
right,
maybe Eric, we can do mid-September or something,
right.
I mean,
And I talked with the chiefs as well, when it comes to the fund balance, especially since it's audit time, we are allowed to designate our fund balance for various things. If we had a strategic planning meeting and we said, $1 million of this, we want to designate for this. So everything right now, when I give you a copy of our fund balance, everything's unassigned. But the commission is allowed to designate any part of that fund balance to a particular activity or objective.
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, thank
That's all
you.
I have.
Thank you. Okay, attorney's update.
Yeah, before everybody got here, we talked a little bit about this. As you know, we're in a dispute with Howell and Howell. We talked about setting a mediation. The mediator that we initially picked or thought we would try to get is not available until November because he's really good and he's really popular. The two alternatives, one is in September and one might be available in August. I sort of prefer the guy for September. And so I'm, with your permission, I'm going to say, let's aim for sometime in September. That should give us plenty of time to get the feedback we need about sinking sand issues around those electric rooms. Riser rooms, all right. And if we set it, it's not set in stone, but we'll aim for mid-September. That should give us time.
Yeah, and if I need to be there as the chair, I'm gonna be out of town from August 31st to September 10th, so
Okay.
it can be after September 10th.
Yes, okay, good. So I brought it up. Perfect. That's all I got.
Any old business? Any new business? Okay, committee reports. Bill wasn't able to make the meetings tonight, but he gave me his report, so I'm going to read it to you. So Station 6, the schedule for the replacement of the concrete apron at the street is still being determined by Thomas and Hutton. Check for 5,000 was received from Kika for their portion of repairs. Also, Station 6, Choate is working on schedule to start on the elevated patio repair, as well as addressing the sinking of the fire sprinkler riser room floor. 325 Main Road property, and the chief mentioned, we have an asbestos. So asbestos testing results have been received. There was no asbestos in the main building or the packing shed, but as she mentioned, it is in the house. So we need to expand that information and get our new bids. We're still waiting on Tupco to reply with the cost to prepare bidding documents. Edward Tupper just got a proposal today from a civil engineer and is pulling together pricing from the other subs. Expects to have a quotation to us within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Station 4, underground work has been completed at building front on Soro Rail Road side. Concrete apron has been poured on the South Soro Rail side. Retaining wall is complete. Stone base has been placed for parking lot and driveway areas. Blacktop is scheduled to be installed this coming Wednesday, July 14th. Landscaping will be next after the blacktop has cured for a few days, and the expected final completion is the end of July. And Bill had sent out a note that the next is 27th on site at 10 o'clock. So if they're saying they're going to be finalizing by July, but when we go there, we should see pretty much everything being wrapped up. So I don't know if you want to wait till the August commission meeting, or are we going to do a grand opening for 4 like we did for 6?
That's what we'd like to know.
I know some of my cable friends have been anxious. When are we go through the station? And they really enjoyed going through 6, and I said, well, I think 4 is going to be very similar.
Very
but-
similar, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if, I mean, it's up to the commission, and you, chief.
I think we have,
We always do.
Yeah,
yeah, we just have
and
to,
I think the firefighters appreciate people
Yeah.
coming in.
I think our team can get that accomplished by August 9th, I think is the date for the next commission, right?
So you need to have the meeting and the grand opening on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, well, Mike, is that okay with you guys?
that's fine with me.
How about the Zoom partners? August 9th, does that work for you?
I will be out of town.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's good.
Is there anybody else here that won't be there? Can't be there?
I don't know about Bill. I'll check.
Yeah.
I'll make a note, Chance. Kind of be ashamed after he helped us with the
It would be a shame, so let's find out if he can be there.
Yeah,
Yeah. If not, then maybe we'll just pick a different day. It's just, I think it's just easier to herd cats when it's on a commission date, you know?
do we announce that the community knows? I think that we did that.
We know people that keep in all the, she wrote all the areas. And also our council people, we let them know also.
Yeah, because I knew they,
Yeah,
yeah, because I know some of my friends from Kaywood did come to station 6.
Right. I mean, if you want to leave it right now until we talk to Bill, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if he's out of town. Told me he's in- Okay, then I'll check. All right, I'll check. with him. So I'll let you know, since I don't want to bother him if he's on vacation.
Yeah, well, just remember that it's a short month for the next meeting because it's August 9th. Today's already.
The 12th. You just let me know. Okay, as far as the finance committee report is concerned, Ramona really went over everything that we talked about, the finance meeting, and I asked my questions that I felt were some of the other items that I was interested in. So I really don't have anything to add. If anyone has any questions that they weren't able to attend the finance meeting and have any questions for us. Okay. Human resource, I know we haven't had a meeting.
There has been discussion, and I think that, you know, at least there's a couple members of the committee that would like to get the benefits committee back together again and start to look at, you know, what may lay ahead for us. So.
And Eric and I were just talking about a strategic planning meeting no later than what, in September. Yeah, so we'll shoot for mid-September. So do we have any firefighter comments? The fire group tonight. Okay. Commissioner comments. Bob, we'll start with you.
Just congratulations to our new training officer. It's a good move. We could find the appropriate resource within the organization. And I have no other comments.
Mary?
Congratulations to the new ones that have been elected, and it's good to see you. And every one of you, stay safe. Thank you.
Frank?
Yes, also congratulations to Chief Flanagan and Engineer Stephen for their promotions. Glad we were able to promote internally. And then just everybody needs to continue to encourage COVID-19 vaccinations. Everybody sees the numbers are going up in the last week. So let's try to encourage our friends and families to get vaccinated before we start peaking again. Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations to Stephen and Sean on the advancement, and just be safe. Be careful as you go along your career. Pay attention to what the firefighters say along the way. Each shift, just be careful, take care of one another. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on all the promotions. Chief Flanagan. You got to do for that now.
Very different.
But I would also like to congratulate our chief, because it's been her hard work that's molded the department or something that we can actually promote from within. So I want to thank you.
I want to congratulate you, Mr. Flanagan, on your promotion. I think you, since I've been involved in the commission, it seems like you've been moving up through the district, so you've been really doing a good job. So that is appreciated. And Chief, I appreciate everything you do. I always check with you. And congratulations on the academy. It sounds like it went really well.
It was really nice. And, like you're having any opportunity to help develop future leaders is a big deal. And it is big. So, but it went very well.
Well, it's a compliment to you that they invited you to come up to be an instructor, so that kind of speaks more. I don't have, nor does Donald or the chief, we don't have anything for executive session. Does anybody have anything that they feel we need to adjourn into executive session?
Nope.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to adjourn the commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? All righty, I think this is a record breaker in my ears, 32 minutes for